Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Nick Hilera Show. Man, okay, well, now that we've got the framework established for how people actually legally get into America, let's uh, let's talk about why it's a good idea to look at reforming this and maybe examine the prospects for change over the next several years or administrations, depending on how long it takes. So, why don't we start with the why?
Yeah, so at BPC, we're emphasizing, I guess, three key arguments for legal immigration reform. So, firstly, for our economy, secondly, for our national security, and also for our international competitiveness. So, I'll start with our economy. And one of the key arguments here is that we have an aging population in the United States. So, a growing proportion of our population is over 65. They are dependent on federal benefits like Social Security. And we really need a strong labor force to work and pay taxes to support these people. But as I say, we have an aging population. So we're having a shrinking working force as a proportion of our total population. And this is partly because we have a declining birth rate. So women are having fewer children. Also, when you have an aging population, you have more people who are older. They don't have children in their older years of life. So that's another driver of our declining birth rate. And what this means is that, yeah, our labor force is set to shrink at past a certain point. So the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, predicts that our death rate will exceed our birth rate by 2040. And after that point, any population growth or any labor force growth is going to have to be from immigration. So in the absence of immigration, we'd just have a continually aging population, and at a certain point, we just we wouldn't have the tax revenues to be able to support these people who are in the older years of life. So that's really a key economic argument for why we need immigration to support our workforce. And I would just say that the Congressional Budget Office, again, last week they released their economic and budget outlook over the next 10 years. And they project huge economic gains from immigration over the next 10 years. And their reasoning is that a large proportion of immigrants are of prime working age, so between the ages of 24 and 50, 25 and 54. And they work more than our domestic population. So they would offset declining labor force participation due to our aging population. And the result is, over the next 10 years, is a massive GDP boost of $7 trillion and actually a federal tax revenue boon of $1 trillion. So this is perhaps the most compelling economic argument is we have an aging population and we need a growing workforce to support these people who are dependent on federal benefits.
Yeah, it's such a good point.